The mystery of Marcus. In the bustling city of New York, life moved at a fast pace, filled with noise and activity. In one of its crowded neighborhoods lived Eileen, a young and ambitious journalist working for a local newspaper. Eileen was known for her passion for uncovering the truth and solving the mysteries behind the news. One day, she received a mysterious call from an unknown person claiming to have information about a long-unsolved disappearance case that had shaken the city years ago. Eileen had no details about the caller, but her curiosity drove her to arrange a meeting at an old cafe on the outskirts of the city. Upon arrival, she sat anxiously waiting. After a few minutes, an elderly man with time-worn features appeared. He sat across from her in silence for a moment before speaking. "My name is Daniel," he said. "I was a detective on the case of the missing child, Marcus, 20 years ago. The case was never solved, but I found new evidence that might help uncover the truth." Daniel handed Eileen a file containing old photos and secret documents. As Eileen started browsing through the file, she saw pictures of Marcus and his family, and mysterious threatening letters the family had received before his disappearance. As she delved into the file, Daniel asked, "Do you know why I chose you?" "Because you have the ability to see what others cannot." Eileen was stunned by his words, but she felt a strong urge to know more. They agreed to work together to unravel the mystery of Marcus's disappearance.
Wow.
They began by visiting old places where Marcus and his family used to live, and talking to people who knew him. They discovered that Marcus was a talented artist, and there were strange drawings that had been displayed in a nearby gallery before he disappeared. They visited the gallery and spoke with the owner, who mentioned that some drawings, believed to be Marcus's, were sold to an unknown person on the night he vanished. As they investigated further, the evidence piled up, revealing a complex web of secrets and deceit, indicating that influential people were trying to keep the truth hidden. With each step closer to the truth, the threats increased. One night, Eileen returned to her apartment to find a threatening message left on her door. "Stop investigating or you'll be next." Feeling the danger closing in, Eileen was determined to continue. She decided to meet Daniel in a safe place to discuss the next step. However, upon arrival, she found Daniel unconscious on the ground, and the case file was stolen. In that moment, Eileen realized things had become more complicated and dangerous. She knew time was running out and she had to uncover the truth before the perpetrators silenced her for good. Daniel slowly regained consciousness after Eileen splashed some water on him. She was anxious and worried. "Daniel, are you okay?" she asked urgently. "I'm fine, but they took the file. We need to move quickly before any hope of uncovering the truth is lost." Eileen and Daniel decided to follow the trail of the threatening messages, which contained certain codes. After some research, they discovered the codes pointed to an old building in the city used as a storage for stolen art. They sneaked into the building on a dark night. The atmosphere was tense, and every step was fraught with danger. Inside the storage, they found a secret room filled with old paintings and drawings, including those by Marcus. While examining the drawings, they found a map hidden behind one of the paintings, indicating another secret location. It points to a cave outside the city. "There seems to be something important hidden there," Daniel said. The next day, they set off for the cave. The path was rough and dangerous, but they finally arrived. Inside the cave, they discovered a secret hideout filled with documents and photos proving the involvement of powerful figures in Marcus's disappearance and the cover-up. While they were examining the evidence, they heard voices approaching. A group of armed men were coming to ensure no secrets were leaked. Eileen and Daniel hid in a dark corner, their hearts racing. "We need to get out of here quickly," Daniel whispered. As they tried to escape, they were discovered by one of the men, leading to a chase inside the cave. Using all their courage and wits, they managed to escape and survive. But the adventure wasn't over yet. They knew their lives were in danger and they needed to expose the evidence quickly to protect themselves. They decided to return to the city and reach out to the media to uncover the conspiracy. Upon reaching the newspaper office, they found themselves surrounded by corrupt security officers working for the implicated individuals. A confrontation was inevitable. At the crucial moment, as the confrontation escalated, Eileen managed to send a copy of the evidence via email to all major media outlets in the country. With the truth exposed, the powerful figures began to fall one by one, and Daniel and Eileen narrowly escaped with their lives. However, just as they thought it was over, a new message appeared on Eileen's phone. It was another threatening message with a cryptic signature. "The game is not over. We are watching." The final threat made Eileen and Daniel realize their ordeal was far from over. They decided to investigate the mysterious person watching them. They discovered that the messages bore a signature unfamiliar but linked to a prominent figure in the business world, a man named Victor Carlyle, who had vast influence and a hidden connection to the case. They decided to gather more evidence on Victor before confronting him. They tracked Victor to his lavish headquarters where he held his secret meetings. On a dark night, they managed to sneak inside using bravery and ingenuity. As they approached his office, they discovered a room containing damning evidence that incriminated Victor and proved his involvement in Marcus's disappearance and the cover-up. While gathering the evidence, Victor himself discovered them. He stood before them, smiling menacingly. "You were brave to get here, but you won't leave alive," he said. At that moment, the security guards entered, and a fierce battle ensued. But, thanks to Eileen's intelligence and Daniel's quick thinking, they managed to disable the security system and send the evidence to the police and the media instantly. With the arrival of the police and Victor's arrest, the evidence was secured and presented in court. All the crimes committed by Victor and his associates were revealed, and Marcus, who had been hidden away under Victor's control, was finally rescued. It turned out Marcus had been alive all these years, kept as a hostage to protect Victor's secrets. Eileen and Daniel returned to the city as heroes, warmly welcomed by the people. The entire city was grateful to them for uncovering the truth and achieving justice. Marcus, now grown, was thankful to Eileen and Daniel for saving him and restoring his life. In the end, Eileen and Daniel lived a life filled with peace and happiness, knowing they had fulfilled their duty to achieve justice and uncover the truth. They became symbols of courage and perseverance, continuing to work together to uncover the truth and help solve difficult cases. At an honorary ceremony, the newspaper editor-in-chief praised Eileen and Daniel, saying, "Thanks to their bravery and determination, we learned the truth and achieved justice. They are living examples of what can be accomplished when we unite to face injustice." As the crowd celebrated, Eileen looked at Daniel and smiled, saying, "We did it, but there are always more stories waiting to be told." With the sun setting over the city, Eileen knew new adventures awaited her, but now she was ready for any challenge that might come her way.